Hey, this is Jordan, and this video is being recorded on the evening of Wednesday, August 5th, 2020. And in this video, I am going to discuss and analyze the outlook for silver in this cycle. Thank you for joining me today. Now, first off, I did a video about this on June 30th, talking about a mystery chart. In recent years, I've talked about the importance of gold against the stock market. Well, up until the last couple weeks, I've been focusing on silver against the S&P 500 because it had yet to break out yet, and there was this resistance there that you could see in the ratio at 0.0065. So until the last month or so, silver had not broken out against the stock market. And I think I pointed out in that video, or I mentioned it in a premium update, I felt that for silver to surpass 21 and 22, the resistance there, this ratio would have to break out. And I was a little surprised it happened so quickly. But the breakout in this ratio is what has allowed silver to surpass not only 21 to 22, but that resistance at 24. So now it's coming up on 26, 27. But it's important to measure things in real terms. And what this ratio signals, and what I should say, the recent price action, it's a signal of capital moving away from the stock market and into silver. And that's very bullish for silver because for anything to be in a bull market, it has to be performing well, not just nominally, but in real terms. It has to be outperforming other asset classes. So now we see silver in real terms really strengthening. That wasn't the case until the last month or two. Okay, so getting into silver, before I get to the last chart, which is a bullish analog chart, I want to talk about the monthly chart. And this is a monthly line chart. So each data point is the close of a month. So it really smooths out the volatility. And what we can see here going back to 1980 is around 21 or 20, that has been a very significant level since the blow-off top in 1980. After that crash, that was the second peak, the rebound peak, and then we can see later it was the 2008 peak and also the 2016 peak. So $21, that's been a very significant level. So silver, again, the monthly chart, it just closed above that easily, and now it's very close to the resistance there at 27.28. Now, moving forward after that, $35 is the next resistance, and if you go back to 1980, the monthly peak in 1980 was actually 36. So if we just call that 35, we can say 35, 36. That could be the most significant resistance moving forward. I don't know. Perhaps gold has a measured upside target of 2,700. I mean, it has potential targets from 2,700 to 2,900. But maybe as we're looking into the future over the next 6 to 12 months, maybe 18 months, maybe a $2,700 gold target that equals 35, 36 target in silver. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there, not predicting. But the key takeaway here is silver has surpassed key resistance at $20, $21. That's going to be a floor moving forward. Now it has to test 27, 28. And looking past that, the biggest resistance, and I include $50 in that, the biggest resistance is going to be 35, 36. Now, finally, let's talk about this chart. What I have done here is I have plotted the biggest moves in silver, and I've used weekly data. So if I use daily data, the peaks could be a little bit higher. So we have 4 on here. And the 1980 peak was actually based on the current scale at $130 an ounce. But I had to cut down the scale because if I didn't, you could barely see the other 3. And I think the other 3 are a lot more instructive to where we are now. And basically the average peak of those 3 is about 59 or 60 bucks. So, and right now it's really early, but right now silver is ahead of the pace of those other 3. But you have $50, which is the 2011 peak, the 1980 peak. So I think it's pretty reasonable, maybe slightly conservative, you could say, to say that the cycle peak for this cycle could be around $50. But then again, the average of those other three is 59.60. So these are figures to keep in mind. I mean, the last thing is, the last point I should say is, okay, well, how long is this bull cycle going to last? And I put together a premium report, sent it out a couple days ago, and I was analyzing history and all these factors and thinking of how long this cycle could last. And that's something that, I don't know, maybe you'll see my thought in the title, but it's something I'll leave for another video. With that said, you can follow all my work at thedailygold.com. You can opt in there, get my book for free. Also, consider my premium newsletter. It's very affordable. I think we're going to see a correction over the days and weeks ahead, and that will be a good opportunity to rebalance, reshuffle your portfolio, and we can help you get into some of the best junior miners at a discount as the sector corrects. And I'm looking for things that have 3x to 5x upside over the next 12 to 18 months. Thanks for listening to this video. I appreciate it, and I look forward to publishing another video for you guys the days and weeks ahead.